Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a guest video from Always Sonic that he titled Broken Mark II. This is from a couple of years ago. It's from March of 2021, because at the beginning of the video there was a little bit of saying that Sonic's Platinum Badge would expire on April 1st of 2021. So yeah, this was a couple of years ago, and the Mark II had already been in the game for a good while by then, to my recollection. And it was still good at that point. It was really overbearing when it first debuted, but it has, they only ever gave it one nerf, which was back like a week or so, I think, after it was released, when they downed the melee power just a little bit. And that was about all it got. But, of course, they added the bird lime to it, I believe. Did it come in with that? Yeah, it came in with that, and it got added retroactively to the Rick DS, which did not have it on its debut, but, again, should have. So, again, I like that they're willing to go back and, add things that the suits should have. It's one of the game's greatest strengths, in my opinion. But, yeah, Mark II was already a pretty well-known quantity at this point, but also, yeah, still capable of quite a bit of work. This is the level 2. It's a 550 room. And, yeah, the beam rifle is an instant stun. It's an E-Pack, so it reloads relatively quickly. It has the bird lime launcher for another stun. It has really good Vulcans, and, yeah, its melee strength is pretty solid, and you can lean into that pretty hard if you want to. So, and it was one of the earlier things to have some of the mid-air boost skills that I like for last-second dodges and such, because, yeah, just the ability to change your direction in mid-air is very, very useful. So, see, yeah, that Methus. Now, speaking of things that could be a terror at this cost range, the early Methus in particular. I think they wound up reducing that shot power a little bit too, just because, yeah, its beam guns were just really, really overbearing at the beginning. But, they tend to make small adjustments like that, and then in terms of other suits, what just brings them in line is other, even weirder suits, generally. But Mark II has been just basic enough the whole time that it is hung in there. This is old enough, of course, that GPO-2 MLRS does not have its flap booster skill yet, I'm pretty sure. So it cannot fly away, which... I see a lot of GPO-2s that still barely use that skill. I think just force of habit, because they've been in the game for far longer than they had that, so it's just... I think that only happened earlier this year. Memory is Swiss cheese on a good day, so. But, yeah, so far Sonic's team is ahead by about 1,000 points. He's going to throw some support fire at them. It seemed like they were at the base from the way the icon was flashing. Maybe, but they also retreated as soon as they saw Sonic's team spawning back in, which is wise. Because I've been, I've attacked the base and gotten, like, dug in fighting one person or shooting at the base, and then everybody spawns in on my face, and it's terrible. But that was a really good support fire. That was 2 kills, and wouldn't be surprised if he damaged a couple other things in the process. But yeah, support fire definitely worked, and this team's starting to pull away here a little bit. And there is, I think that's a GO4. Yeah, and yeah, Sonic is basically, got the G4 out of his hair, and now is after the Garibaldi Beta instead, which is another one that was, considered really, really overpowering at 450 when it first hit. So, just kind of like, I don't think. Not everything ends up being considered OP when it first drops, but there have been a few things that have shaken out as being really intimidating. Garibaldi is definitely one. Mark II is another. Methus is another. And it's just kind of funny that they're all in this this one round. And that MLRS. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was not expecting that to be quite enough damage to kill, but yeah, Mark II's melee is really good. Okay, 9905 to 4500. Definitely looking in Sonic's team's favor. And let's see. Yep, managed to get away before whatever was trying to tag him hit him with anything particularly too damaging. Good shot on the Methus just as it was going back to mobile suit mode, so that'll knock it out of the sky. And yeah, I've talked before about, needing to distribute stuns sometimes, and Sonic is doing a really good job of that here. Just once, once you've gotten yourself a second against one target, seeing if there's anything else that you need to be addressing before you, go in on any one enemy. That's, again, something I'm not good at. I get overly focused. Part of that is, my failing. I've been doing it and talking about doing it since GBO1. Part of it is just, when you have the some of the token challenges for the day of get 2 kills twice, you get really focused on those 2 kills. But Sonic has more than gotten that already, so that's just, he's making sure that the team is working, and that is the thing to do. See, there is a Nemo 3, I believe it is, in standard Nemo colors. Looks good. Yeah, and this is back when you could still use good work, in the middle of a match, because that is no longer an option, just because people were using it mostly sarcastically. So yeah, that's not possible anymore. It's generally in the Japanese version, I think, something that's meant to be said at basically the end of the day, the end of the round, something like that. So, as always, there's nuance that doesn't quite come across, and so it just makes it a lot more passive-aggressive probably for the Japanese players even than it does for the U.S. players. It was still plenty passive-aggressive when, U.S. players did it, but just... And that actually worked out pretty well, because he was able to just swing through that counter animation, which meant he was not really, causing any problems to anybody on his team, and get some damage through on the downed enemy behind. That's good. 20 seconds left. They have got this really, really in the bag. But let's see. That person... Yep, got bird-limed. I think they were in the middle of an attack, though, so they're not going to... They didn't get stunned. And that G4 was getting some last licks in, and that is the round. So, let's take a look. And definitely a win. And, yep, Sonic's and AUG colors here, which looks good. 51-45 over a third of the team score. 111,000 damage. 8 kills and 1 death. Yeah, so, yeah, Mark II is really strong. Like I said, it can still do work. So, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! I'm happy we found out that the upgraded version of the Mark II we're getting in G-Frame FA is the AUG version, because one, that hasn't... I don't know if that ever got a general release the way the Titans version did in the old G-Frame, and also that means that I can swap out the improved arm and leg parts onto my G-Frame Super Gundam without any trouble at all.